LO2, LO3, and I think so we had maybe one-off issue. Someone said, not being recorded properly. So what I'll do, I'll revisit and we'll re-record it for you. And because next lesson will be about assignment discussion, we do all recap. So that will be the key. We'll start in just 1 minute. You have access on Moodle, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go to projects access. We okay, so just 1 second, we'll take in the first one. Okay, so we had a discussion about the project needs to be and how we can design. We discuss about the project mean anything which any activities that whichever we do that can be a project. So project can be any task, any activities which is a project. So in any project we need to be make sure we have aims of the project, we discuss objectives, literature, we had a discussion about project. So we had in lesson 1, 2, and 3. Today lesson will go through our LO4, which is learning outcome 4. So welcome, managing a success project and reflect, today lesson will be reflection on the value gained from implementing the project and the project management process. So always good to be what project bring for you, like, if we want to use solar panel in our factories, our businesses. That can be a project. We install the solar panels. What's happened in terms of installing the solar panel? The bills went down. We can look around the CO2 carbon footprint, what impact we had, what's happened in terms of the reputation of companies. So we can think about the goodwill of the company, because the goodwill is also can be, it's a gain, it's not a loss, because the value of the company can go up. Can you see the slides? Yeah. Hope so you can. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
reflect on the gain from the implementing the project and the project management. That's the key which focus. Reflect mean what went well, what not went well, why not went well. If we do project again in future, what we can and how we can do better. So we have a P8, reflect on the value undertaking the business project to meet the stated objective. Objective mean end result. Any project when you started, you have some objective. You want to paint the house, you want to start and finish, you want within that cost. So that's your project. Our own learning and performance we can look around. So the reflection, this was the important study, because we need to know about our world and how it's changing for us to make it better. So it can be a reflection. No, we have studied the topic, understand in it, we help to world in the future to stop it. Any project we can look around and reflect why we have a crime rate, why we have those crime rate, and as a government we want to reduce the crime rate. So this can be a project, and what we done, we 100% successful to eliminate the crime. Are we not 100% successful? Why we not 100% successful? So these we can learn from it as a student in the research perspective as well. So we could, look at the one place with greater detail, and we can look around the project, the debate of the very useful and helpful, and we got to hear everyone's views about the topic and shown their research. So any project, it can be research project or any other manufacturing or any other project, whichever you want to take. So objective, what did you learn from the project? Project mean activities. What activities help you to learn? What activity did you find engaging? How can it help you in future? And what action performed by learning, and how we can help in future the professional and personal life, the project, whichever we do. Okay, we have a lot of models. We can look around the GIPS. GIPS is one of, these are all called reflection models. So concrete experience, doing or having an experience. If you did the project, what experience you get? Reflective observation. This is called learning cycle. So sometimes things not goes according to our wishes. but we can learn from it, our experience we can gain it. So this is called experiential learning experience as well. So reflective observation, reviewing and reflecting on the experience, abstract the conceptualization, concluding learning from the experience, and planning and trying out what you have learned. So that's, active experimentation. So we'll carry on. So these are the four learning cycles. This never stop, and this is carry on. It's a cycle. So we can learn, we can reflect, and we can carry on getting the new experience. So called concrete experience, you consciously, physically experience a situation which makes, you realize that you need to be reflect to learn something new, improve your existing skills and practices at this stage. You make note, the situation and just describe, have seen or how you feel, and what you think. So maybe at the end of your qualification, maybe you can reflect what things in you learned, or how much you were engaged in these processes of learning, or if you do any other course, you will do what you can do different. So it's now the time to reflect, more deeply what's happened in that situation. The question you need to ask yourself: what worked, what failed, what did situation arise, and why did other than I believe way we did. So core learning cycle, abstract or conceptualization. The guiding question for the stage leads on the question in the reflective observation stage. We can look around what I done the better, definitely, and how I can improve. Try to find the different ways of the situation. If I was late to reach somewhere I'm supposed to reach, and that was my objective, but I was late. So maybe I'll find the other ways, a different mode of transport to use it in future. So it depends, whichever project you're doing. So you carry on reflecting. You should consult, colleagues and the literature in general, order to get, better understanding about active experimentation, talk your own reflection back into your practice, and try out the new strategies. Add the experience within the active, experimentation stage, become the new concrete experience. So we can look around the reflections, research how did it meet your project academic objective, what the methodologies appropriate, were able to achieve, the objective within the focus your study. Did your supervisor agree your draft? If you have a research project, that can be a reflection. Were you able to clearly present your findings, which we need to look around reflection on your research? So were you able to compare your finding to the existing literature? Are you finding consistent with the existing literature? Are they significant in the construct which we can? Did your report, any new insight on the topic? Were able to provide a recommendation which we can look around, like on you're doing on the talent management, like we have this year, the topic which we can look around in our assignment discussion as well, we relate. And how can the scope of the work be extended? Can the study be carried out, using the alternative methodologies? So that can be, look, you want to do primary research, you want to secondary research, or whichever research. So that's, which we can look around any project, whichever we'll do. So these are some reflections. So we can look around the reflection models. So we can look around the reflection model of GIPS. I can quickly, share with you the GIPS and cold and a few other reflection models. So I'll give you those, and which we can reflect, any project, whichever we'll do. And those is quite good to explore, these projects, and we that will help, to learning perspective. So just 1 second, I'll share with you. We can look around it gives reflection. So like, so please, it's good to be explore about the gifts. So that's we can look on. So working properly. But we can look around on my tools. It's quite good the website to use it. Okay, so which we can look around here, reflective cycles. So we have a different reflection model. We have a Professor Gibbs who gave the model is called reflection model and reflective cycle. We get what was description, what was the project? When you started, what were your feeling about the project? When you done it, so what, how you can evaluate you successful? Maybe you can do the question, you can look around criteria, the time, again the objective, and you what you conclude from it. Yes, your conclusion, an action plan for the future. If you do again what you do different. So we have given here description. First, ask the person you are coaching or describing situation at the stage where we can look around simple, want to know about what's happened. You can conclude. So considering asking the question like, help them. So when and where did this happen? When you start the project, what type of the project that was? What who else was in the project involved, or you did yourself? Yes, the building house or planning yourself, you did yourself. The feeling, what was your feeling at? What did you feel before that situation? What you feel when the project at the middle of the project? Maybe yes, so we can look around these, different example evaluation. So what was the positive about that situation or that project? Yes, what were the negative things? There was a stress, there was this, yes, the deadline, there was the builders problems. If you construction project, any project, yes, whichever you want to look around. In conclusion, what you conclude. So if you do, you need to be make sure selecting the buildings and the material from the right material. That's is quite crucial. What action plan in future if we do, how we can. So we can look around these examples. So there are plenty of videos. It can be useful. The model of Gibbs. There is other model is called Honey and Mumford model as well. Honey and Mumford model. Yes, learning style and reflection. So we can look around these, different people have a different learning style and quite crucial, which we can explore and we can use these in different setting of the organization. We have other model of reflection is second. So what is second reflective cycle? There are the two type of reflection, in action and on action. So in action, an additional element by making the distinction between the reflective during the event. So you carry on reflecting what during the event when you're doing the project, or reflection after the event when you complete whole project. So in action and on action, that can be a reflection. Any question here, please?
No.
So how many model of reflections we are looking here? So it's good to be, we discussed about whole experiential learning. That can be look, how many stages we have. We can look around the Gibbs model of reflections, and we can look around second reflective, yeah, reflective cycle. Yeah. So these are the three models we can look around: Cole, Gibbs, and second. Any question here?
No.
So please, if you look these model in the next lesson, we look because this year's project is about the talent management and employee. That can be our topics which we can look around and we'll do the research about and we can write about that when we'll do the assignment discussion in the next lesson. Okay. Any question? Okay. So next, our lesson will be heavily focus on assignment discussion, contextualize the project they gave the topics. As a person because HND and Excel they gave us topic and those we look in detail the topic for the research. As I can maybe show you in 1 minute if I can, and you can look around before next coming lesson as well, and that will be in our discussion. Okay. So We discuss, the aims and objective of the project. We discuss about the literature, how we can, why important in, and we had a discussion about why project is important in organizations. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll share with you. That's via WhatsApp. I'll locate, the topic, and if you look before coming next lesson, yeah, few minutes, 10, 15 minutes, do a bit, background, and we can do our assignment in the next lesson, assignment discussion. Yes, and have a nice time. If you know question, if you have a question, you can ask. So today our discussion was all about reflection and reflective practices. Why is important in those we can look around. Thanks for attending and hope I will speak to you during our next lesson. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend. Thanks. Bye-bye.